Hi ladies, welcome to Soulmate of Self. It's November 15th, 2018. So the orcas have been with us all day today. So our session lasted today for a good 2.5 hours, okay? So just keep breathing and drinking that water, okay? And we're gonna dive on in. So all of you have been immersed in this beautiful, gorgeous white light by your angels and guides, by our starseed beings of highest love and light. And they've been supporting your physical matter, your physical vehicle, your body, as well as your energetic systems, your mind, your thoughts, your emotions, all parts of you, okay? That they've just been infusing you with this beautiful white light, this beautiful purification in your bones and your blood and your cells and all parts of you and your tissues and your fascia. You really got on into the tissue and into the fascia as well today, like with this infusion of this white light. Okay, so with that, that's been going on and filtering through you for the whole entire duration of our session. And then the orcas were right on in. So much orca wisdom and information coming on through. I could speak for hours about what took place in our session today and all the wisdom that came on through. Actually, I could write a book about it just from today's session. So we're just going to get on in and cover a few points. So they gave you the coding for their own coding, and that's what's being activated within you as we speak during our session and as we speak right now. So I'm just going to point out a few things right now that's going to further activate it for you, and so that you're conscious and you're aware of it. So some facts about orcas are this: orcas are actually dolphins. So even though their name is whale, they have whale in their name, they're actually the largest dolphins that there are, okay? They are also apex predators, okay? Which means that they're the alphas, which means that they are at the top of the chain. So really receive this in, okay? Because you're really getting the download for your own self. That there's no other animal that preys on the orcas. So receive that for your own self in the highest ways for you. There's no other animal that preys on the orcas. They're at the top of the chain, okay? And how that's relevant for you and for us is what you're getting the download with, what we're all getting the download with even deeper is that no one else can over-dominate us, overpower us, over-dominate us, okay? So no one else has dominance or power over you, hooking you, courting you, right? Manipulating, trying to control, all of that, when you're in alignment with the orca way, because the orca is the top of the chain, alpha, okay? So you can say yes and receiving that for your own self and activating that deeper and higher and stronger for you wherever you stand, that you just embody and come from that space of total power and consciousness within of yourself, okay? And that just helps you, that just automatically then keeps others away. Orcas are also, so, oh my gosh, it was just 48 hours ago that I was with them. Whoa, their presence. So this was the first time I was face to face with them, like in physical presence with them, with actual orcas. So extra, extra special. So their presence is so majestic and so confident. They just embody it. They just own it. They own their shit. They just own it. They embody it all. Okay, so you're getting that download for yourself as well, okay? And so they're like unfuckwithable. Like truly, they're just like, and they're the most loving creatures at the same exact time, right? There are no known cases of an orca harming a human when the orca's been in their natural environment in the ocean. There are no known cases of that. Okay, yet they're the alpha, they're at the top of the chain, okay? They own it, right? And they're so strong in their boundaries. It just is. They're just that clean, okay? So you can say yes to further get that within you as well. These activations, okay? This level of confidence, how do you say that? Confidence, okay? And power within your own self. Boundaries, impeccable boundaries, love their boundaries. Okay, their brains are 5 times larger than the human brain. Really receive that. Their brains are 5 times larger than the human brain. They have voluptuous, robust brains. The left and right brain hemispheres are balanced. Their limbic systems are much more complex than ours. The limbic system is all about the emotion and processing of memories. Really receive that. Okay, so they're emulating to us, okay, what's activating further and deeper within your own self, within your own limbic system and your brain system as well right now. Okay, to emulate that more of the orca brain. How about that? I mean, that's some pretty big magic right there that's happening for us. Okay, so you can say yes to receive that even deeper for yourselves, okay? So they're all about high level of emotional IQ, intelligence, the way that they process their emotions, because they do feel emotions as well. And then processing their thought patterns and their memories as well. So you're getting that download on as well for your own self. Okay, good. Oh gosh, there's so much more to say. Let me see here. Okay, one more piece before we jump into the practice that came straight from the orcas is this. So the way that the orcas communicate is all through sound, through sonar, auditory, through sound, through sonar. So let's say this, they're all about pod consciousness, right? And they are led by the female, by the matriarchy. So their pods are led by the matriarchy, by the female, by the feminine. Got that download? Pretty similar to us right now, divine feminine rising, right? And in our pod that we have here in Soulmate of Self, we're all women, we're all the divine feminine leading, right? So you can receive that. Okay, good. And then the way that they communicate, so intelligent, is that they communicate through sound. So let's say that they see a fish. They'll communicate with their other pod members, the other orcas, through sound, through their sonar, through sound, fish. And then they all end up just receiving that information. They see fish, right? But automatically, we're humans, like I'll say fish to you, and then you'll conjure up, an image of a fish in your mind. But there's an extra step in the way that humans communicate, where with orcas or dolphins or whales, it's just like that, snap of the finger, like less than a snap of the finger, right? In the way that they communicate, and they communicate through sound, so they communicate long distances away and holographically, just like that, in an instant, okay? So you're getting that download as well, in the highest and best ways, with impeccable, clean, pristine boundaries. Okay, good. So you can say yes. Okay, good. We're gonna move on into one more thing with the orcas is that what I was really noticing the other day as well was like how they hold their own space, and so this came on through in our session today as well, is when you are so boundaried in your own space. So when you are in your own space, you're solid. Like you're solid within your own space. And when you're in your own space, everything becomes pristine. So when you own your own space and you're so solid in your boundaries and all of that, bam, everything becomes super pristine. The codes within yourself of high starseed codes, right, of information of high emotional IQ, your mind power, your power with your mind becomes pristine, sharp, powerful, and your communication, your engagement, participation with others and your relationships, pristine, okay? Good, so you can say yes to that as well. Now, let's move into this. So this is the orca practice. So it's a continuation of boundaries, always about the boundaries here. And so what they were sharing is to remember their brains are so spacious. They are spacious in their lungs, in their breath. They consciously breathe. Their breath is not just automatically. They consciously breathe, and their breath is deep breath, conscious breath. Okay, so everything's spacious. They're in the ocean. They swim up to 100 miles a day, right? Everything's very spacious and they're free. Okay, in all parts of them. Okay, so this is what came through from them, is to create space freedom in your mind for humans, to create space and freedom in your mind, enlarge your brain capacity. Okay, so this is a practice. Okay, creating boundaries around what you think about, so that what becomes more of the dominant experience for you in your mind and in yourself is that of total expansion and that of total spaciousness. Okay, and here's what they said to do. First, align with your highest mind, your highest self, and then agree to be committed, right? So then you commit to that conscious partnership with your mind and your highest, truest self, okay? Then they said to write down just a couple. You don't want to dig on into a rabbit hole with it and start activating and triggering all of these limiting belief systems, but just a couple. You just want to write down a couple of limiting belief systems in an area of your life. So if it's around money, you want to write down just a couple limiting belief systems, just two. That's it. Don't go deep into the rabbit hole with that, okay? Or if it's about love or relationship or job or whatever it may be, you just want to write down a couple of things that you kind of perseverate about that are common thought patterns for you around that keep you limited, okay? Write a couple down. Okay, now you're gonna go and you're gonna counteract that with your highest, truest mind. Then you're gonna write down as many different expansive thoughts coming from your highest mind that you can, right, to counteract those like two limiting belief systems or that theme, that limitation around that theme, around money or love or job or whatever it is, career. Okay, so then you want to write down as many expansive thoughts. So it could be, if it's around money, it could be like, oh, money is just energy. We're all infinite source. Okay, I always am provided for. Money always shows up. I always have more than enough. Okay, we're infinite beings, right? Infinite. So just, you're gonna know when you're tuned in with your highest mind, because it's gonna be very expansive. It's gonna feel joyful. It's gonna feel good. It's gonna feel relieving. That's when you know you're connected with your highest, truest mind, okay? Then you're gonna partner that up with visuals and the feeling of nature, of expansion, of expansive nature, okay? Mountains, robust waves and oceans and eagles and whatever it may be that creates an expansion within you of nature, of your environment. And then you're going to think of those, you're going to visualize, and you're going to feel that into your being as you're saying those expansive thoughts, okay, from your highest mind. Okay, good. And then you're going to breathe, just like the deep orca breath. You're going to breathe into your body and fill up that spaciousness into your body, okay? And this is going to be your practice. So practice with this. When the limitation comes in, those different limiting belief systems, you feel restricted, contracted, right? Then that's your cue. Okay, let me go on in to this expansive thought, and then the feeling of nature, and then the feeling of your breath in your body. Okay, and you're going to expand it, and more, that's going to become more and more of your dominant experience. The more that you do it, it takes practice, it takes commitment and dedication to line up with expansion. But this is a very step-by-step concrete way of doing it and creating more of that expansion in your mind, in your thoughts, in your mind, opening up the brain, in your heart, in your lungs, and in your body, and in your life, of being more and more free, okay? And it's not, sometimes it's gonna be easier to do this, and other times it's okay. Okay, the more that you do it, and the more that you are committed, and the more that you show up and you do it, the number one, the easier it gets, and the stronger this becomes for you, okay? And just remember too, it's about practice, and it's about progress, okay? Good, so just breathe on into all of that, everybody. Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up, which is all this orca love, starseed being love, thanking all of your angels and guides, all of our angel guides, for that in the highest and best ways possible, helping to provide even more love and grace and ease in all parts of you. And thank you to everybody. Please continue to keep sharing on our Facebook group page. I love you. Okay, bye for now.